Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Caridad. Hello everyone, I'm quite my name is
here.
Carlos Caridad.
Hold on a second,
Hello
I
everyone,
have a.
I'm quite my name is
here.
Carlos Caridad.
Hold on a second,
Hello
I
everyone,
have a.
I'm quite my name is
here.
Carlos Caridad.
Hold on a second,
Hello
I
everyone,
have a.
I'm quite my name is
here.
Carlos Caridad.
Hold on a
Hello
second, I
everyone,
have a.
I'm quite my name is
Okay, I found it. At least I know that the sound is working in YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it's working in Facebook too. Let me check. Let me just check in Facebook. So we go. Let me see here. Yes, Facebook is working in Facebook too. All right. Today is a very special day. It was much more special 3 years ago because Reiki was founded in 1920, exactly 100 years before this pandemic, this shameful pandemic that humankind has been for. And I know that for some of you, especially some of my clients, they may be surprised of what I'm saying. But right now, the truth is out there. So the first things that I'm going to express is that Reiki was founded exactly 100 years before this pandemic, so-called pandemic. And why? Because God knows what was going to happen in 2020. And in 2020, I wanted to do this live video. 3 years ago, I created a website, 100 Years of Reiki, to celebrate with all of you. Let me see, 100 years, yes. Oh, to celebrate with all of you this important day for humankind. To celebrate with all of you this important day for humankind. To celebrate with all of you this important. Okay. I'm sorry. I have so much stuff here. I have a computer with 3 monitors. Because 100 years ago, also in 1920, there was another very important event in the world. Paramahansa Yogananda, a very well-known yogi who brought meditation to the Western world, to the United States, he came to the United States in 1920. So, it is too much coincidence that these two great spiritual persons, in the same year, one came to teach us meditation, deep meditation, the Reiki meditations that we teach, that as a Reiki practitioner, I forgot to say, my name is Carlos Caridad. I am a Reiki master and teacher practitioner in the United States, in California, Los Angeles area. And I am saying this because I sent an email a little late to about 6,000 Reiki practitioners all over the world and about 2,000 of my Reiki clients here around the neighborhood where I live. So, Paramahansa Yogananda came to teach us meditation. And as far as I know, I've been practicing his teachings, his pranayamas, since 2019. So when I started teaching Reiki, learning Reiki, I saw that the Reiki meditations are very close to the pranayamas, the deep meditation pranayamas that Paramahansa Yogananda taught. And when I was about to I was taking the Reiki 2 class, my Reiki teacher told me, you will see, Carlos, that the micro-orbit meditation that we teach in Reiki Master to those practitioners who wants to have the test of the inclination to teach, this micro-orbit meditation is similar to the main meditation technique that Paramahansa Yogananda teaches, which is Kriya Yoga. So I start putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and I saw that these two great souls came at the same time to bring healing, to bring meditation, which is deep healing. Deep meditation is deep healing, as I'm going to show you very soon, at the same time, in the same year. Now, I would like to talk about a few subjects. What Reiki means for the world. Reiki is a form of energy healing, and it's way deeper than most of the definitions that you find on the internet that says it's a Japanese technique that produces relaxation and may help to minimize a health condition. No, Reiki is way deeper than that. Mikao Usui teaches just very superficially about the Byoki energy, which is the negative energy. It's a toxic energy that people who can see in the spirit world, they see this dark cloud of energies that are affecting us. Why dark? Because they are deprived, they are not connected with the spirit. But before going there, I'm going to mention that Mikao Usui, in 1920, when he discovered, God gave him that ability to heal that then he developed as a Reiki practice. He went for enlightenment to the Mount Kurama for 21 days of meditation and fasting to find enlightenment. Now, what is enlightenment? It's very simple. It's like a Paramahansa Yogananda says, spirituality means to be in touch with God. I always said spirituality means that we really know God. So enlightenment is a deep state of peace, love, and joy, where we really know intuitively. But intuitively is not out in the clouds, it's imagination. It's a very strong, very well-defined state of our being. When we practically forget the world and the senses, and we feel this deep peace in the mind, this deep love in the heart, and this joy from our soul. So it's important to know this. The beginning of Reiki was with the enlightenment of this person, Mikao Usui. So, Paramahansa Yogananda came to teach meditation, and what on the 6 points that I would like to talk about, what Reiki means for the world. Like everything in this duality, there is the good and the bad, the darkness and the light, love and whatever is opposed to love. It's not hate, but it's lack of love. I still don't remember, but it really doesn't matter. Or peace, and the opposite could be having anxiety and all these toxic emotions. So we have the Byoki, and I think the Byoki is a toxic energy. In Japan, if you go and search, don't use Google because it's 100% corrupted, and describe all these toxic characteristics that Byoki means. And also, we have the good energy, the one that makes us feel good, and the energy that produces the healing. In Reiki, we energy healers, we don't use our energy. We don't channel either. People say that channel. I don't channel anything, but I feel the energy. But that energy that is available at any time, anywhere in the universe, starts doing the healing. So, Reiki came to help people to get rid of the toxic energies. These toxic energies on time forms what we call energy blockages. Energy blockages are literally like a clouds of dark energy because they are not connected with the divinity that are affecting us. Usually they are in our chakras. They could be anywhere in the body. When we feel that pain that comes out of nowhere, it's because there is a toxic energy in that shoulder, in that elbow, leg, whatever. So during a Reiki healing session, to me Reiki is a divine consciousness that manifests as a healing energy. Reiki is not only energy, it's a divine consciousness, which is the pure consciousness that creates the creation. This divine consciousness and healing energy are the ones that pushes away or dissolve these toxic energies. The amount of evil that we have in this planet is just unbelievable. And why that happened? Because these toxic energies from the astral or spirit or energy world are controlling people's mind. These toxic energies or energy blockages influence people's thoughts, moods, actions, and reactions to do really evil things. There is a long list of evil things, but Reiki, as well as the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, came exactly 100 years before the 2020 pandemic, as the main media wants to call it, when we know that there wasn't any pandemic. It was just a light on the TV. Some people who watch TV all the time, because they don't have other sources of information, they believe what the TV says. But nobody ever said that the TV is the word of truth. Anyway, Reiki came to alleviate humankind from all these maladies or interference. Sometimes I call these energy blockages interfering fields. They are fields of consciousness and energy interfering with people, causing depression, anxiety, panic attacks, suicidal thoughts, chronic fatigue, chronic pain. If you are a Reiki practitioner, you will. Let me check how is the YouTube video doing. Let me see. Hold on a second. I will put it on another. On another tab, so I can see if there is any question or something. Is anybody here watching? I don't see anybody so far. Okay. So Reiki came, this form of energy healing, to alleviate people from these toxic energies. I divide these toxic energies in 5 different areas. Superficial ones, which are toxic thought forms, which are the repetitive negative thinking that we have every day. We all have some kind of negative thinking. But now, many of these negative thoughts are not produced by yourself, are produced by external toxic forms of energy. So to me, the superficial level of energy blockages are the toxic thought forms and the energy parasites, a superficial level of energy parasites. People who can see into the spirit world, sometimes they see like a snake, a spider, or weird things. I don't see it, but I can find it with my pendulum, and today I will show you something, a very important discovery for the healing world, for the energy healing world, for the energy healers. The second level, to me, is the human spirit attachments. What does it mean? A human is connected with a toxic energy core with another human who could be alive with a physical body or not alive, means that he remains with the energy or astral body and the consciousness or causal body. We have these three bodies. They are all in the same place. Our energy body, physical body, our energy body is a little bigger, and the consciousness body a little bigger. When we leave the physical form for good, people call it that that person is dead. It's dead for this world, but our consciousness never died. So we could be attached to the spirit, to a discarnate spirit. Sometimes it's a relative that we miss, our grandmother who brought us up, a person that we love so much who died. But sometimes it's two spirits that are not our relatives. And many times I find, most of the time, people who have carrying these spirits for 1, 2, or 3 lives. For some reason I found 80% has been carrying this spirit for 2 lifetimes. How do I know that is true? Because I talk to my clients and they have all these symptoms and feelings, overwhelming feelings, since they were children. So, superficial energy blockages, human spirit attachments. Then come the non-human spirit attachment. What does it mean? Well, reasoning a little bit, we are human. The Earth is not the only planet in this infinite universe that has beings, people. We are humans, but if there is some life in Mars, we call it Martians. And if it's in Venus, something like that. Well, there are other galaxies. What happened? In the spirit realm, there is no time and space. So spirits from any planet in the infinite universe could come here in no time, because there is no time and space. So I find those. I don't see them. I don't perceive them. I find it with a pendulum. I will show you an example soon. Then, those are the non-human spirit attachments. Superficial energy blockages, human spirit attachments are alive, and non-human spirit attachments, they are always non-alive, because we don't have relationships with the people with another planets. As far as I know, I never seen any. And the other one is the deep energy parasites. Those are things, conscious things in the spirit world that I cannot explain, I cannot see them, but I find them. There are things intelligent that affect us a lot, cause pains and many other things. And lately I found another group. Anyway, so that's for the bullet point. The first one, what Reiki means for the world. So, the Reiki principles that we teach in Reiki 2, the foundation of Reiki that Mikao Usui instituted in 1920, is daily meditation in the morning and in the evening. Self-Reiki. We do Reiki on us when we need it. Ideally every day. Reiki meditation, we have the Reiki meditations. We have at least 4, very important. I teach 4 meditations in my Reiki 1 class. So, the foundation of Reiki is daily meditation, daily practice of self-Reiki, giving Reiki to others, perform the Reiki session to others and receive Reiki, because we all need healing. If you are a Reiki practitioner and you were not taught to meditate, that means that your Reiki teacher doesn't meditate. And this is a big problem, because if we don't meditate, we don't have the conscious connections with the divinity, with the Reiki, like many of you would like to call it. I call it the divine consciousness, because Reiki, we need to translate what does it mean. And the definition of Reiki is a divinely guided life force, or something like that. So it includes the consciousness and the energy. I call it divine consciousness. If we don't meditate, we don't have this connection with the spirit. If we don't have that connection with the spirit, we cannot summon this unlimited power and full force of the divinity. to remove energy blockages on people, on us, and do a great energy healing service to humankind. I have many students who came because they didn't know what to do. They studied with other teachers. And the first thing that I asked them, do you practice meditation? I said, no. Did your teacher taught you meditation? No. Lately, this lady came, she took Reiki 1 and 2 with another teacher. She was my client once, or I don't know, many years ago, during 2020, 2021. And I asked her, do you meditate? She said, yes, no, I'm not meditating. Did your teacher told you? No. And she said, I practice mindful meditation laying down, and I always fall asleep. When we meditate, we need to be sitting down without laying our back on the back of the chair. Why? Because if the chair touches our spine, the energy doesn't flow anymore. If you're a Reiki practitioner, you will know that we practice these pranayamas. They are pranayamas because they move the energy up and down the spine through all the chakras. Actually, through all the chakras, especially the micro-orbit meditation that we teach in Reiki Mastery. And there is the chakra kaseis, is a meditation, it's a pranayama where we move the energy in all the chakras. So, if you're a Reiki practitioner and you don't meditate, you cannot do the great job that you are supposed to do. Meditation is a must nowadays. Marcos, ¿cómo te va, Marcos? Marcos is a friend, and I don't know if you're a client from South America. I speak Spanish. I am from Argentina. I live in Los Angeles, California, the US. So nowadays, we all have to practice meditation. We cannot skip meditation. Why? Because meditation is the conscious connection, is applied 100% of our concentration to now God. And the Reiki meditations provide that connection through these Reiki meditations or pranayamas. If you're a Reiki practitioner and you don't practice meditation, you may have some skills, and just the fact that you are practicing is good, but it's not going to be as deep as if you practice the Reiki meditations. Remember again, the foundation of Reiki is daily meditation, mornings and evenings. It's in the Gokai. Those Reiki practitioners know what is the Gokai, the principles of Reiki. So daily meditation, daily practice of self-Reiki, giving Reiki, practicing Reiki, whether it's a hands-on or a distance, or receiving Reiki, that could be hands-on or a distance. So Reiki is the first basic condition to be a Reiki practitioner. So I think I went ahead a little bit on the bullet point number 2, why Reiki came in 1920. Because God knew that we were going to have this shameful pandemic. The World Health Organization has no right to lie as they lie. That's the reason. 3, the deep meaning of Reiki healing practice. I think I talk about that, which is to remove these toxic energies, to remove superficial energy blockages. If we have an energy blockage in a shoulder, it's very likely we are going to have pain. Sometimes we may need a massage, but if the muscles are crossover and we have some pain, but when there is nothing physically that can help a pain, is because it's in the energy body. There is an energy blockage somewhere causing that pain. We have to remove energy cords attachment with human beings that are alive or not alive. I recommend you to read the book Return from Tomorrow, what explains very clearly and very simply, in a simple way, how spirits take possession of people who get drunk. The same is when people use drugs, unhealthy use of the sexual energy, playing with the Ouija board, with the spirit guides, which is a BS that was created here in America, expand like a wildfire and mess up the life of many people. Spirit guides is rubbish, is BS. Because people who connect with the spirits that talk to them, they don't connect with high spiritual beings. God never talks to people. Communicate with us with the intuition. And the same as very high spiritual beings. Everyone who connect with so-called spirit guides, they are spirit alright, and they are connecting with the spirits, but they are from the lower astral plane. People who have lived a life with no morals, very low life. Today I did a scanning, and I found out, because I was wondering, there is this false and erroneous belief in Christianity that when you die, you become an angel. This is rubbish. If you don't find God, now when we are alive with this body, we are not going to see God or connect with that God or feel the Spirit on the other lifetime. And 10% of people die living a terrible life in a moral way, whatever, mental, emotional, and spiritually, and physical, of course, believing that they are going to be better when they die. And they suffer and suffer and suffer. Paramahansa Yogananda says, well, that's hell. Because they are for a long time, probably thousands of years suffering in this state of anguish. And that book, Return from Tomorrow, explains very well how does it work. A foundation of Reiki, I talk about that. The mission of Reiki practitioners and energy healers. I talk a little bit about that. Our mission is to free, to liberate people from unnecessary suffering. Everything, pain and suffering, that cannot be solved with medication, that actually medication don't solve any problem, they just muffle, cover the problem, is because it's in the energy realm. Of course, if we break a finger, a leg, an arm, we need to go to some specialist to put it back together, to put a cast. If we hit our head, probably we will need something, or we need a surgery. But when we have a pain that comes out of nowhere and is there for days, for weeks, anxiety, depression, that is in the energy world. People with schizophrenia and bipolar, they have spirit attachments. I have over 10 clients that have been hearing voices in medication for 8 years, for 4 years, hearing voices all that time, and they came with one session. The spirits are removed and they don't need medication anymore. And they are for years in a mental hospital or clinic with no progress. The mission of Reiki practitioners is to free people from unnecessary suffering. And for that, we need to meditate. And if you are not a Reiki practitioner, I teach meditations that are very similar to the Reiki, because I want to help people to have this connection with God. Important discoveries and insights during the 2020 pandemic. I'm going to show you something. This is very important. Actually, extremely important. Okay. I'm going to put the other camera. This is webcam 1. I think this is the other one. Oh, it's not connected. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can connect this camera, because I need to show you something.
It's strange. It was connected the.
Oh, thank you, Jay. Why on earth? Okay, thank you, Jay. Joy. Um, I think when I move the okay, I have the sound now. Let me see. Uh, let me see. Uh, yes. Let me see. I have sound now. Yes. Let me see. Okay. If you're a Reiki practitioner, you need to meditate to do this. So I was very frustrated a few years ago. I mean, many years ago, because I had two friends, my Reiki teacher and another friend, who can see into the spirit world. So they can see most of these energy blockages, not all of them. So one day, it's a long story, but it's not that long. I discovered between quotation marks, that using the pendulum, but this is after years of using the pendulum and knowing that what I was finding was correct. I did this. I asked, let's say that I'm doing a session to Mary, and I just ask, what chakra Mary needs help the most? Okay, I need to focus on one person. I'm going to do it with, okay, somebody that I know. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. Uh, what chakra Erika needs help the most? Okay, I can see clearly it's pointing, you can see this pointing to the second chakra. I'm going to lift the camera a little more so you can see better what I do. Oh. So I just want you to see better. That's all. Something like that. And let me see if I can, what is the other application here? I'm going to zoom in with that, with the second camera. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oops, it's not working. How strange. Let me see this one. This is working. Hold on a second. Why the other is not working? Here we go. Ah, that's all the zoom that they can take. Okay, that's okay. All right. So I ask, actually has to be like that. How do we do this? There. What chakra Erika needs help the most? And the pendulum will point. It's pointing to the second chakra. What is the next chakra that Erika needs help the most? The heart. What is the next chakra? The solar plexus. What is the next one? Wow, the first chakra. When I find that people needs help in the root chakra, which is not very common, and I start finding this in 2021, I ask, how many superficial energy blockages Erika has in the root chakra? 2. How many of them are toxic thought forms? None. So that gives me the answer that I'm going to share with you soon. How many human spirit attachments on the root chakra? None. This is another clue. How many non-human spirit attachments? 3. How many energy parasites? 3. I use the chakras as a numbers. So first I ask what chakra and then as a numbers. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if how many of the other deep energy blockages? 1. So what I found in my experience is that when people have energy blockages, 95% of humans, we need help the most in these 3 chakras. The heart related to love or lack of love, a broken heart. The solar plexus related to the self-esteem. The second chakra related to creativity, sexuality, and things like that. But the root chakra is related to support, financial, emotional, spiritual, mental support. And I found that I start finding people in 2021 that have energy blockages there that I never seen before. What does it mean? That they have superficial energy blockages that were not toxic thought forms. Everybody has toxic thought forms. That they were only superficial how is it called? Hold on a second, energy parasites. Superficial energy parasites. And not toxic thought forms, which I never found that. We all human beings have toxic thought forms. Then, in the root chakra, they didn't have any attachment with human beings, which is impossible. Because we all have an attachment with some human being. Let me put this. No, it has to be this way so you can see me. So, which is makes this situation even more weird. And then I found of the other 3 groups of energy blockages. So I started asking people, did you have the, the injection, the CV19 injection? And they told me yes. So since then, I am taking notes on the form that I ask my clients to fill up. And I was able to find out with 100% accuracy people who have the shot. 100% accuracy. That puzzles me. Why? Because this injection, which is not a VACCINE by any means, is an injection, is a shot that has a lot of foreign chemicals, has the capability to give energy blockages to people. How do they do that? I have an idea, but I cannot share with you right now. Because it's a kind of interesting, I need to do more research. So, what I found out that these energy blockages that I found because of people who got the shot are easily removed. But there is a second component. How to detox with all the toxins that people we have for the food, the air, the water, and because of emotional situations that produce toxins. How do we get rid of that? There is something that is very well known. What was that? Something that is very well known in I will leave the tripod there just in case I need to do another scanning. In energy healing, when our physical body is submerged into this healing energy and consciousness, the cells squeeze out all the toxins. The toxins from the food, the air, the water, the toxins produced because of stress and emotional trauma, and the toxins from all the little things that people have or we have, because I have only 5 when I was a kid back in Argentina. I never had any here, neither my kids. Well, yeah, some of them at the beginning. So, the deepest detox from the thingy can be accomplished with energy healing. I prove that. I have 2 friends. When I start hanging around with them in a dinner or something, I ask, did you get the thingy? The thing in the arm? They say yes. And then I volunteer to give their sessions. And with every session I measure. Okay, I have to put the other graph again. What happened? Oh. I have another graph here that I use to measure things like this. So I'm going to go back in time with this with these 2 friends that I know, and I'm going to ask, before any of my healing sessions, what is the percentage of toxins they have in their bodies? I'm going to go with one of them first. I see 70%. And I know it because this person, due to the work that this person does, was telling me about some pain this person had in the joints. Well, she has in the joints. And after 3, 4, 5 sessions, all the pain disappeared. I'm going to ask, what was the percentage of detox or the toxins left after the first session? Remember, we started with 70. It went down to 60 after the third session. It went down to 40 after the fourth session. It went down to 10 after the fifth session. 0. So it took 5 Reiki healing sessions for her to be free from all these toxic energies, which is phenomenal. So, yes, there are some physical ways to do it. But the deepest one that I know is energy healing. Alright, this is regarding the discoveries that I made. So, now, this is an invitation. Let me see, inside settings. I am looking for the title. Oh, here. The title of here. Important discoveries and insights during the 2020 pandemic. So far as I know, deep energy healing is excellent, not just for stress, for emotional traumas, but to get rid of the concerning side effects of this experimental injection. It's the best way. My second friend, the same thing. And I will tell you something else. I don't know if you know, these injections had a microchip. I am an electronic engineer too, an internet marketer. A microchip that emits a Bluetooth signal. And I can find it. When I find these energy blockages that I show you, because of the absence of energy cores and the toxic thought forms in the root chakra, I get my phone, and there are okay. I have. Let me see if I can put the other camera just to see close. I have. Okay. Let me. We have to show you. No. Yeah. Later. No. This is. You are seeing upside down. I have two applications. There you go. Now, these two applications, I'm going to put this is my favorite. That measures. Can you see that there are the Yongnuo LED is my my light. This is my light. Can you see young something here? Huh? It's a light. It's a light that I have there. Okay, let me see if I can turn it on and off so I show you that is my light. I need to turn it on. Can you see the light? Okay, I am turning it on and off. This is a device, but what about this unknown? This unknown. This is something else. iPad. The unknown things here, the unknown things, those are the chips in the injections. I did extensive research. I've been doing videos. Guess what? When I did energy healing in my two friends after 5 sessions, I could not detect that signal from my phone. I put the phone next to them after the session, and I couldn't find it. This is God helping us in these terrible times. So this video is also an invitation from Reiki practitioners all over the world. I want to celebrate the 100 years of Reiki, even if it's 3 years later, where we do a marathon video with Reiki practitioners all over the world, from the US, from Europe, from South America, from Asia, Australia, anywhere and everywhere in the world, where we talk for about 15 minutes. In 1 hour, 4 practitioners can talk. And we do a marathon of at least 8 hours. I can start the marathon here in my home and connecting with people all over the world through Zoom or other ways. If we start at 9 a.m. and we finish at 9 p.m., it's 10 hours straight. Times 4, 40 practitioners from all over the world. to tell their experiences with clients. Because, as one of my websites' name is, energy healing is the healing for this century. My website is calling Healing for this Century. So this is an invitation to all Reiki practitioners. Let me see this. All right. I sent the email very late, probably close to 3, which is 1 a.m. in Europe. So I hope that some people from Europe watch the video tomorrow. Again, this is a presentation because today is the Reiki Day, which is the birthday of Mikao Usui, the founder of Reiki, in 1920. And it's not a coincidence that Reiki came to the world exactly 100 years before this shameful pandemic that we have in 2020, where they scare with lies the heck out of humankind, and now 3 years later we know what happened, and that so-called virus could be easily solved with many things. And also 100 years before, Paramahansa Yogananda came to the United States to teach deep meditation. Regarding meditation, I talk about that. Unfortunately, in the US, people, so-called master teachers of meditation, they change the original meditation, they water it down and they sell it. And what they sell are visualizations. This is not deep meditation. You cannot find God with this kind of visualization that you find in YouTube. If you want to meditate, I teach free meditations in English and Spanish. You can find it in my YouTube. If you don't find it, send me an email and I will be more than happy to connect with you. God bless us all. And I would love to hear, I will show you one more thing. Let me see, in this, how do I do this? How do I add a new page in this browser? It's a new browser. Here we go. I want to show you the website that I created 3 years ago to make this international conference. Okay, let's put this down. It's called 100, there we go, Reiki.org. 100 years of Reiki.org. So I need to show that desktop one. No. Hold on a second. No, this is not. Desktop 1, desktop 2, here we go. This is the website that unfortunately I couldn't complete this project because we all were affected by this insanity in the world. So this is an invitation. I don't know why it's in that way. And there is a registration, is free for people who wanted to participate. If you want to participate, I will put the links here in Facebook first. And here in YouTube. Here we go. Because we are going to do something. We are going to do something with all the practitioners of the world. A century of Reiki. This is Mikao Usui, the founder of Reiki program. I was planning to do a 12-hour live streaming event that will take place on YouTube and Facebook. And I would love to do that. Here we go. It's a little bigger. There is not much. We don't have anybody here. Maybe we have a contact phone. All right, everybody. How do I go back? Is this one? Yeah. I hope that you find some value. Share with friends, with families, to help humankind to alleviate unnecessary pain and suffering. God bless us all. Where is the YouTube? The YouTube. Here we go. This is the YouTube. But where is the live? Here we go. If Marcos, if you are there, let me know. Marcos, Tina Lam cannot hear even with the speakers plugged in. Hold on a second. Listen, my dear. I know.
And I'm pretty sure
it's working. Tina is working. I just tested. Okay. Bye, everybody.